Good morning, everyone, or evening, afternoon, wherever you're at in this beautiful world. I am using my laptop. Everything is off my laptop here. We're at the apartment over here in General Luna, and so I'm just using my laptop, the microphone, camera, everything in the laptop. So everything should work fine unless we have a brownout, unless the electric kicks off. We should be okay. I don't have a power battery or a power bank on the internet, but it is what it is, right? Sunny out this morning and warm, sunny and warm. But we have been getting rain. We have been getting rain. It seems like every evening, 4 or 5 o'clock, just starts raining. And that's usually when we go out, grab something to eat. We get stuck in the rain, but hey, it is what it is. So what are rain jackets for? Rainy season is coming up here in Mindanao. And rainy season is coming to an end shortly in Luzon. So it's weird. It's like opposite. Good morning, Nick Lopez. How are you doing? Jason Pike. Hello, sir. Any luck with the apartment search? Nothing yet. Still looking. It's I know another person that's been looking for an apartment too, a Filipino, and he's not having any luck either. Once again, they want a fortune for things here. Bruce Cinder, how are you doing? It's time for me to start. Yes, it's 8:30. The hype now is, here's the hype on this island. The hype is the to-go boat. They built that port. I did a video on it and everything like that. The 20th of October is the boats are coming. They're coming. They're coming. That's the hype. Everybody thinks the boat's going to save the economy here. Good luck. Good luck. First of all, you get them hard rainy seasons down here. That's going to stop. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'll be down there when that boat arrives. We'll see. But that's the hype. That's what they're all saying. Arturo, how are you? How's Arturo? Hope everything is good where you're at. Mike, our Philippines journey. How are you? Yeah, a bit of glare. It's like right there, right? It's the light shining off the wall. Can't do anything about that. I hold my hand up like that. Can't help that at all, Bruce. I understand. Victor C., how are you doing? Thanks for joining, Victor C. Thanks for stopping by. Ricky USA, how are you doing, Ricky USA? Hope all is well with you. Bruce Davis. Morning, Bruce Davis. Thanks for stopping in. It was 97 here today and still 87 here at 8:30 p.m. tonight. Florida, right? Wear tall boots and take that place you showed us. Yeah, you know what? I think you even commented. I think you said, you know what? The first couple steps in, and I seen the location, I'd have turned around and left. Nah, I want to go in. When I when I first started walking back in there, I right away. No, it's not happening. But hey, I got to go see it. You know what I mean? I got to show people what people are trying to rent places out for. How much here? You know, I can't make this stuff up. I really can't. Um, that was like 14,000 pesos for that little place. All right. And you sat down on the couch. They had like a cover on it, and you could tell it was like a piece of plywood or something underneath it. There was not even no cushioning underneath it, right? And then I looked at the little chair, and it had stains on it. I'm like, you got to be kidding. But here's the weird part. Somebody will eventually rent that. Somebody will. Um, she told my wife that before they rented it for 16,000 pesos a month, but somebody will rent it. Um, that's the thing on this island. When it comes to rental units, there's not there just doesn't seem to be any. Um, they hostels and things like that. You can find a room to rent, but you might do a shared kitchen, sometimes even a shared CR. There's such a lack for that. Um, but no, we'll keep looking. We'll just keep looking. You know, we talk to people and stuff, and we'll see. But once again, I'm sorry, I refuse to pay big money for an apartment that shouldn't be worth it. This island has outpriced itself. And you talk to everybody. There's no break. There's no like, all right, rent's cheap, but food's cheap, or rent's cheap. All right, food might be expensive, or rent's high, but food's cheap. Like, there's no middle market here. It's crazy. But that's not what my rant is about today. I'll get into my rant later. Wait for you guys to pop some of that popcorn. Ah, Mr. Boss. Hello, Mr. Boss. How are you doing? James Crable. Good morning. How are you doing? James Gilbert. Hello, James. Thanks for stopping in. Joe, how you doing, Joe? You're still in the U.S. working. You bud. Joe Hardy. Yeah, you're making that big money. That big money. One of these days, Joe, you're gonna have to say, you know what? I'm just done. I'm staying in the Philippines. I'm not going back. I'm here. Them flights are killing me. But then again, with the big money you're making, you can fly first class. Starting to look like AC is a cheaper place to stay. Certain things are cheaper. Like the thing with the AC, you can find there's so many, like any major city, you can find many places like for rent. It's all how much you're willing to pay for rent. You know, you can. I remember over in Daul, where we had our first store. Um, we had our store, then there were apartments in the middle, and then there was another store. Those apartments in the middle, I did a video on them. They were bigger than the one that I showed you here. Had like a common kitchen area, living room area, CR, and its own bedroom. And they wanted 5,000 pesos a month for that. And it was a lot bigger. So when you're in a city, there's just so much more to choose from. All the way from a small apartment, all the way up to like Condo Mike's place, our Philippine journey. You know, there's room there. You have many options. You know what I mean? Unlike in a place like this, you don't have that option. And market might be a little bit cheaper. The food might be a little bit cheaper. But your electric bill can be a little bit higher. You know, so there's always going to be some kind of trade-off. Now you go to the market here and you get seafood. Oh, it's good. You know what I mean? But like a potato might run like, let's say, like, depending on the season, 150 to 200 pesos per kilo. You know, there's no give. But it is what it is. Mr. Dave Philly is looking badass and sexy nowadays with his new hairstyle. Thank you, Mr. Dave. Philly Inlet. Hello, Brat Shark. Exchange rate is up and down lately. Mr. Boss, I think I looked. I did I look the other day? I looked the other day. I think it was 57. I always say anything above 55 pesos on the US dollar is good. I was here when it was 50 pesos on the US dollar. I'm trying to think, did it dip to 58 or 48 at one point? I can't remember. But anything above 55 is good. I remember a couple of years ago it was hovering around like 54. Then it would jump up to 55, then 54. And I remember when it jumped up to 55, like going and exchanging a bunch of money. But yeah, it's up and down. Hang Lee, how are you doing this morning, sir? Boston, Massachusetts. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está to you also, Hang Lee? Duke Lopez says tourism killed it. Yeah, Duke, I'm telling you, you are seeing. Lut and I, we came here in 2016, 17. Can't remember. Might have been 2017 for Easter. Came down, spent time with Lut's mother or grandmother, grandfather, who she hadn't seen in years. And that road we lived on was just a tiny road. I mean, it was jungle. I was actually looking at that video from I think it was 2017. I'm like, holy shit. It was jungle on both sides of the road. Coconut looks nothing like what it looks like now where we live, right? And we stayed at a place here in General Luna. And I wanted to find the name of the resort because I wanted to go back and check it out again. So we stopped this past week and found that resort. All right. Still beautiful, still nice. But I remember walking out the front of the resort onto the main road, tourism road. There was nothing but jungle on both sides of the road, all the way down to Cloud 9, which is probably, I would say, mile-wise, 2 miles or so. Jungle, all the way down to Cloud 9. Not no more. In that short amount of time, man, they're putting up resorts, they're putting up restaurants, you name it. And the thing is, there's not enough people coming here to warrant to have all this. I'm seeing with my own eyes. Hopefully things will change in the next couple months because that's when they say tourism picks up here. And the people and the businesses are saying the same thing. Now, don't get me wrong, people are coming here. It's just not on a huge level. And they're all saying, hey, it's air flights. Expensive. So, but yeah, it's almost like it's that mentality of Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Well, their mentality's backwards. Yeah. Brian, howdy from Ventura, California. Brian Simpson, thank you for stopping in. Thank you so much. Where are we at here? Gross will ship to the Philippines. Haha, is this a joke? Do they think someone will fly halfway around the world to take a cruise? James, I'm thinking it's more on the maybe the local, because these are to-go boats. All right, they are nice looking. They are definitely a nice looking boat, and from what I see, inside's nice and everything like that. Out of Manila, out of Cebu. Is it going to be cheaper transportation-wise than flying out of, say, Luzon down to here? Yes. Would they say 28 hours from Manila down to here? All right. It's going to be cheaper. However, I mean, like all these people are posting it, these travel agents and stuff, and they're posting, to go boats leaving out of Manila to Siargao Island. And so they're posting and people putting comments, and I'm commenting. Here's what I'm commenting, right? Make sure to bring plenty of money because Siargao Island is 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 uh, is very expensive and overpriced. That's what I'm putting on the comments. But we'll see what happens, right? I keep hearing all you foreigners are driving up the prices up. You only have yourself to blame. Yeah. uh, Brian Simpson, do you cave crude infection? Yeah. Yeah, my knee, and you know what? I even had a scratch. Where else did I have a scratch? On my stomach because I scratched my stomach, right? And that took like a month to heal. Like it took a month. But yeah, it healed. Um, yeah. Quick draw. Hey Brian, here in Panama. Panama. Never been to Panama. When I think of Panama, I think of Van Halen. Panama, right? Good morning from Southern Leyte Vlogging Life. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Have a happy Sunday. Thank you. AF Vet. AF Vet. What's going on, Brian? Getting way too expensive to live here. Been here 7 years. I'm looking to leave. SNR is a case in point. Just got back from the US to the PI. They have raised their prices. Yeah. I think it also depends on where you live, too. Um, you get more out of the bigger cities, things are going to be cheaper. Um, and it's always, like I said, so it should always be a trade off, right? Always be a trade off. Philly Cat, how are you doing, Philly Cat? Hi from Cebu from Germantown. I know where Germantown is. Thanks for stopping in, Philly Cat. Change rate is 56.15. Without the money changer, we'll give it to you. Doug's Philippine journey. Good morning, Philly. Going to be going to Manila today with a stop in Tacloban first. Have a safe trip. Have a good time in the crazy, crazy city of Manila. Yeah. I know, guys. I am missing a lot. Um, hello, Tessie C from Florida. Thanks for stopping in. Australia stopping in. One YouTuber said he can't work in the Philippines because he doesn't have a work visa, but he has a YouTube channel in the Philippines. How does that work? Um, when you sign up for YouTube and you do the tax information, the tax paper that they ask you to do, um, you get a 1099 every year from Google AdSense, and you pay your taxes like I pay my taxes to the United States of America. Um, Everybody has their own thoughts and their own advice on different things. But I pay taxes. It's like when people say, get a real job. YouTube's not a real job. Well, I could say that about your job. Your job's not a real job, but hey, we all pay taxes, right? All right, well, let me get into my little rant here. Hang on a second. Let me do something real quick here. There. Hang on a second. I will be back. Look, can you get me a water, please? I gotta get a water. Thank you. All right. Hang on a second. All right. All right. It's like I got the table pulled up to the bed because it's small here. I had to move the table out of the way. And all right, let's talk about my rant. All right. If you're new to the channel, um, I met my wife, and she had a daughter, and I adopted our daughter and raised her as my own. And we send her. Is Lut still for sale? Lut, are you still for sale? Are you still for sale? Brian Simpson wants to know is the lot? Oh, the lot. I'm sorry, the lot. My bad. Lut. Um, yeah, I don't know. Who knows what's going on with that? Anyways, we send Hannah to school, private school. You can find good private schools here in the Philippines. Inexpensive, good quality schools, or very expensive schools. So we had sent her to school, and she had to take an exam to get in. They're not just going to accept you. She had to have a grade, an 85% grade level, 85% average. Huh? 9? No, to stay in the school. To stay in her school where she went, you had to have an 85% or better. All right. And if you fell behind, they offered help and tutors and everything like that. Now, that is an 85% American grade level, not Philippines. Here in the Philippines, 55% is considered passing. All right. They did this a few years ago. Oh, man. Because the kids weren't passing. They weren't passing. What they were doing is they'd lowered all your standards. You know what I mean? They started lowering it to where kids could pass. David Aldridge, thank you so much for the super sticker. Greatly appreciate it. So she had to maintain an 85, right? She always had a 95. She always got honors, all right? Honors every year, honors. Graduated with honors and everything like that. She took exams because of her grades and because she did so well. She took exams to advance to the next schooling, which would be 11th and 12th grade. The Philippine school system is it's the Philippine school district. I can't say it's weird. I can't say it's different. It's just the Philippine school district. So then you go to 11th and 12th grade, separate from kindergarten to 10th. So she took exams and everything, and because of her grades, she got a scholarship to study, in the next schooling for 11th and 12th grade. She's at the top class. In other words, they might have 20 classes, class A being like the smart kids, you know what I mean? So she was in like class A. Last year, same thing. 95 score, honors, everything like that. Got awards. Now this year, same thing, still going to school. She called up and she was talking to Lut, and she's like, I don't understand this school. Like, why? What's going on? All right. First of all, she said when she was in 11th grade, she was learning stuff. They were teaching them stuff that she learned in 8th and 9th grade. You know what I'm saying? So she goes, they want me to, the school she's going to, they want me to buy bingo tickets. What? Why do they want you to buy bingo tickets? They said, because if you buy bingo tickets, all right, you will get 5, right? What? 5?
No, you will exempted on the test.
You will what?
Exempted on the test. You will have like a perfect score on the test already.
You'll be exempted from a test?
Yeah,
Exempted from a test and get a perfect score
already.
already.
Perfect.
Automatic perfect score on a test if you buy a bingo ticket. Huh? I'm not making this up. What test would that be? Bingo 101?
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? And Hannah's like, no, I am not buying a ticket, a bingo ticket. I want to earn my grade, right? She wants to learn. She is all about learning. The school she went into up to 10th grade, it was work, learn, 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 learn. Not, all right, we're taking a week off. What would they have a week off for? What was the last thing? This past week they took off? Foundation Day. They had a whole week off for Foundation Day. All right. And Hannah went into school and they were doing nothing but hanging out, playing around, nothing. They took a whole week off for not to not learn. All right. And this upsets Hannah because she's about learning. All right. I cannot make this up. So here's the next thing. All right. They said, okay, well, we're having a concert at the school. A concert, right? All right, cool, concert. All right. Tickets for the concert are 1,000 pesos. 1,000 pesos, and that'll get you to the concert. All right. However, if you want a better seat, it's 3,000 pesos, right? And here's the catch. If you buy that 1,000 peso ticket, at the end of the quarter, the school quarter, we will add 5 points onto your final average. If you buy the 3,000 peso ticket, we will add 10 points onto your final average for the quarter. I'm not making this shit up. All right. Hannah's like, what? I'm not buying my grade. I'm not going to do that. I want to earn my grade. All right. What it is Hannah last year Hannah would have finished the top of her class. All right. But because of give these kids points to boost their grade up, all right, she didn't. You know, what it is, all right, you got a kid has an 85%. He's not in honor student. He doesn't have an honor student average. All right. So we'll give him 10 points to put him up so where he's an honor student. Then the school can sit back and say, hey, look at all these kids that we, taught, and they're so smart. Hannah doesn't like that. No, I want to earn it. So another thing they did, join a basketball team. Join our little basketball team and other sports. If you join, you're getting 5 points. Add it to your final score at the end of the year or at the end of the quarter. Join the basketball team. If your basketball team wins in the tournament, you're going to get 10. Yeah, because let me think. I really need an education to bounce a basketball so I can go to the local barangay basketball court to play basketball. And yeah, I'm going to make a lot of money doing that. Like, I don't get it. Like, why would you do that? So I said to Hannah, I said, why don't they do something for the academic kids? The kids that are just smart, the ones that are going to get a job when they get into the real world, the ones that are going to know what they're doing. She said, Papa, she said, they did have that. She had to come up with a scenario, like how to correct such and such, such and such. She had to do research. She had to go online. She had to study it. She had to write everything down, not bouncing a basketball. You know what I mean? She had to study it. Right? Then she had to go in front of like a board. And then she had to present this to a board. You know what I mean? She did all that. She used her mind. You know how many points she got? 2.5 points. Oh, yeah. Reward the stupid, but don't reward the smart. 2.5 points, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. It make it I can't make this up. And then every year, you can Google it. Google it yourself and look, where does the Philippines fall in when it comes to academics and schooling amongst all of Southeast Asia? You can look it up, right? Look it up. Philippines always ranks at the very bottom. At the very bottom. Maybe second to, I think it was Vietnam or something like that. But when they put out all these studies, oh, the Dep Ed department here, they go ballistic. Why are they saying that? This and that. They go ballistic and being ranked down there, all right? Instead of correcting it, they go ballistic. There was a survey that was put out a couple months ago, I read, where Filipinos graduating school, all right, and the percentage was very, very high. They cannot comprehend what they are reading. In other words, for example, all right, I'm going to read a book on how to build a concrete wall. All right, we're going to go down. We're going to go get the cement. We're going to mix it with so much water. We're going to use so much sand, so much stone. We're going to mix it up to this consistency. All right. We're going to put it on a block. We're going to set it on the ground. We're going to level it out. We're going to build it. We're going to build it. They can read it, but they can't comprehend how to do it. And it's high, like it's high. But man, when Hannah was saying this, I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why are they? Why? I mean, and you could, Luke can call. You could call the school all they want. They don't care. They don't care. This is a difference between someone like Hannah, like if or kids that have smarts, when they go to a job and you ask a question, hey, why is this like this? Or can you help me out with this? Yes, I can. They can problem solve. They can figure it out. They can do these things to help a customer. All right. Compared to the one who got 10 points for bouncing a basketball. All right. Hey, can you help me out? You will get this look, the Philippine look. Like they won't know. And I don't know. It's not their fault. It's the system fault. You know what I mean? It's just the system fault. Nobody wants to. I don't know. But yeah, when I heard that, I'm a lot calmer than I was when Hannah was telling us that. I'm like, that's ridiculous. That is crazy. And people say, oh, you're a foreigner. You don't have the right to say anything. Why? Why? It's the education. It's your daughter's education. It's your son's education. Why don't you have the right to say anything? You're not going to change anything. You know what I mean? And the old, well, if you don't like it, you can leave the Philippines. Well, to those people that say that, well, you know what? If you don't like the United States and what's going on in the United States, do an old fat Rosie and an Ellen DeGenerate, and you can leave also. You know what I mean? But yeah, um, if when you start getting up to a college level and stuff, now this is the finishing up high school level. You know what I mean? Um, Maybe when you get to a college level, maybe there's more when it comes to education. I don't know. We'll find out. Is there a public-private school difference? PI exports lots of skilled professionals, doctors, nurses. You know what they do, and I never really looked into all that. You hear, oh, there's a lot of nurses that come out of the Philippines and doctors that come out of the Philippines, and this and this and this and this. All right, you're talking about people that are 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 of a, I guess you would say, a higher class. You know what I mean? They have they had the ability to get college. They had the ability to get degrees and everything like that. Now I'm told things that I don't know because I never looked into it. You can get a nursing degree here in the Philippines. When you get to the United States, they don't recognize that nursing degree. You got to keep doing more schooling. I don't know. I never looked into all that. These are just hearsay things. Um, but here's the thing: when it comes to the Philippines, all right, you have 1,000 people graduating in one school, all right, but you only have maybe one job available for 1,000 people. Kids are always going to school here, you know. Even in DAPA, there's a couple colleges here, and criminology seems to be the big one. And they're always going to school. Everywhere you go, they're going to school for advancing their education. Um, but lack of jobs. Anytime you've got a job that's, a skilled job, there's not going to be jobs for these kids. Um, PNP, military, all that, yeah, because there's such a, like the PNP is such a broad field where PNP can work. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure, about the nursing and things like that. Anyways, that's my rant. That's my rant. That's a darn shame. Sounds like corruption. Sad for the kids that work hard and get lower grades. Now Hannah's not going to get a lower grade. She earns her grades 95. All up here, all off a test, all off of scores, all off of that. She earned hers. It's the kid that say, is not doing well in school. All right. So he goes out and he gets these points added on to his grade. So at the end of the quarter, hey, he's an honor roll student. All right. He can take his honor roll student report card or grades. All right. And then he can go and apply for a job. All right. Hey, I got honor rolls. All right. All right. Yeah, you're getting a job here. You get honor rolls according to your paper. All right. Hey, we need you to do this. Hey, we need you to advance. We need you to learn how to do this. We're not going to give you points for playing basketball to work here. No, like the kids are losing. They're losing out. But the system jumps back and says, hey, look at all these honor roll students we have. Like I'm telling you right now, a 55% in the Philippines is a passing grade. That's like a D minus. 55%. It only hurts the kids. It only hurts, whatever. And they'll pass kids just to pass them. Like Lutz's nephew, like, good kid, but like hardly ever went to school. And her uncle, hey, but they passed him just to pass him. What's going to be like 18 years old in the 7th grade? You know what I mean? Our Philippines. If they pass Philippines nursing final national test, they are eligible to take the worldwide acceptance NCLEX nursing exam for RN or only LP. And let me see, can I continue, Mike's? Can't continue that. Why can't I continue that? But it was continued. Yeah, Mike would know about that. I don't know anything about the education. And then you always got to take what's that final exam you got to take? What's that final exam you have to take? Huh? Huh? Like bar. Oh, bar exam.
Bar exam?
You have to take a bar exam.
You have
right?
to take a bar exam to get the license.
You have to take a bar exam to get a license. So if you're a teacher, all right, you go through all the schooling. You go through all your education. Do you graduate? You graduate?
No, you done your school fourth year
Right,
Ulap has
right,
already done.
right.
Howsoever, after he done this year, he needs to take review and then take ready for the bar exam to get like the license as criminologist so he can apply a job.
So he won't automatically get a degree.
He already has a degree.
He has a degree, but he has to pass. They have to pass a bar exam to get what? A license?
A license to able for him to find a job to be
a license which will allow him to get a job. It's weird here. Like you can graduate, but you got to take a bar exam to basically get the license or the okay to teach here. Like Hannah would finish up, say, schooling. She wants to be a school teacher. All right. Does all her exams, does everything. All right. However, she has to take a bar exam to get the license to teach. So the dummy who bounced, well, I'm not going to say dummy, the kid who bounced his basketball to get 10 points, all right, he ain't passing that bar exam. And you're not going to get 10 points added to your score on a bar exam. No, that is where the final thing comes in, where you did learn and you didn't cheat. But it's weird. It's weird like that here. We're in America. All right, you graduate high school or you graduate college, you got a degree, you can go get a job. Now, granted, you do take exams, but yeah, it's weird. I took the bar girl exam and I failed. Must not have had enough money. Bakla, 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 bakla. Yeah, Video Lux, how you doing? Guys, go check out Video Lux channel. He's down in Manila. He's been doing this a while, YouTubing for a while. He puts out good content. To get a job at a hotel front desk, you need a 2-year degree in tourism and hospitality. Most people can't consider college due to the crushing economy disparity. Yeah, yeah, you know it. And I always said, you can go to college, and there's a lot of call centers. You know, it is what it is. Even if you go to like, I know if you even go like, if Filipino goes to the mall, let me go to the mall. Let me go to SM Mall. Let me go to um, the department store. Let me get a job at a department store. You know what I mean? Um, Hi, sir. May I help you? All right. I even think you need some type of college education to even get that job. You know, the system essentially forces high school grads to forever work at minimum wage jobs. Sure, sure. And the age here, like the you'll see signs. Right. When I first seen this sign, I was like, "Are you serious? Right? Are you serious? Right? Look, right? It said hiring between the ages of like 18 and 25. All right. And then it had all the requirements. And it would say, and then it said a pleasant personality. Basically, what they were saying with you better have a pleasant personality is you better be good looking. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's discrimination. I'm gonna sue them. That ain't happening. That's not happening. You're not suing nobody for discrimination because you know they wouldn't hire me because I got one tooth, I got a bald head. You ain't suing nobody. They're gonna say sorry, sir, sorry, ma'am. Have a nice day. It's just the way it is here. You're not in America. You're right. You're not in America. It is. Who is this pirate that sounds like Philly? Viking Vlogs in Asia. How you doing, Viking Vlogs? Pirate that sounds like Philly. That's me. I had a gray, huh? I know what I'm doing today. What are we doing today? I don't know what I'm doing today. Sun is shining. I got to go eat breakfast. I am hungry. Um, there are other countries besides America, you guys. Bruce Thompson, how are you doing? I'll I'd be concerned about call center jobs. There's a good chance AI will be cutting into a lot of those jobs in the next few years. Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. Who knows? AI is going to put everybody out of business, right? Um, but then again, which is cheaper to maintain an AI center or pay a Filipino, I don't know, a couple hundred pesos a day to say, hello, sir, how may I help you? What can I do for you? You know? All right. Man, I guess this is a rant, but I've had enough of your negative crap. You know what, Dean? You might look at it as negative crap. Wait, hang on. Maybe Dean, I'm just telling you the reality of things. All right. But maybe Dean wants, like, hang on. Did I blow rainbow and sunshine up your ass? Is that what you want? This is the reality. I'm telling you what the reality is. Go to another channel. Get the sunshine and rainbow effect. You know, I share my life with my experience. All right. Open up. Yeah. Even the senators are saying it. I, I I love how expats come here and and they bounce around like fucking Bozo the Clown. Like everything is great, everything is great, everything is great, everything is great. No, you're there's the reality of it. I don't get it. Go eat some Lucky Charms. Does Viking Vlogs in Asia have a YouTube channel? Is he in the Philippines? I could not tell you that. I could not tell you that. Go check it out. I like your thumbnail. Proud of her because yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. Like when kids graduate from college, you know, Filipinos like Lut's brother Miguel, he was the first one to graduate from college. You know what I mean? He went to college. He studied marine biology. He graduated at the top of his class. You know, I remember like everybody was proud. He was proud. You know, he felt proud. He felt good, you know, and to achieve something like that, something that other family members didn't achieve. And then it was like trying to find a job. Couldn't find a job, you know, unless you know someone. And once again, this is the reality of it. Unless you know someone. There were kids that finished lower than him, a lot lower than him, that were getting jobs because they knew someone. They weren't the most qualified for that position. They just knew someone. And I feel bad. Like, and that happens a lot. That happens a lot. You have kids that that come up out of the slums, that come up out of poverty, that come out of the jungle here in the Philippines that, you know, struggled, you know, they've only ate one little piece, you know, they only ate a bowl of rice all day. You know what I mean? And they struggled. And then you got a kid who has, you know, can eat 5 bowls of rice all day long. All right. They go to school. All right. He struggled. He got up there because he got a scholarship, because he got some type of grant from the government. This kid got in because his mommy and daddy had money. You know what I mean? This kid here that struggled his whole life finished the top of his class. All right. This kid here who was handed everything to in life, well, he just graduated middle of his class. All right. But because his daddy or somebody knows somebody, he gets a good job. This kid who struggled and fought gets nothing. That's sad. That's why Manny Pacquiao struggled from the bottom up, fought his way to the top. Brian, is Christmas season kicking off already? September, next month, September. Ever heard from the cats you met in the prison as a prison guard? I hear some. I keep in touch with some. I do keep in touch with some. Not the inmates. Ah, stop with the sunshine up my kazoo. I have gas already, Brian, from watching the other Philippines vloggers. Yeah. Ah, where are we at here? I know I'm behind here. Say rant, yeah, but he's telling the truth. Yeah, it's like people. Oh, you shouldn't complain. You shouldn't complain. I don't know if it's complaining or voicing my opinion or whatever. Um, but please don't get me wrong. The Philippines is a beautiful country. The people are amazing. It's just the things that make you go, hmm. All right. Uh, you have the right to speak up. Why don't you? All right. I take my motorbike into the dealer or into the repair shop, and I say, hey, change my oil. All right. All right. Come back later. I walk in. He changed my oil. He put new tires on my motorbike. He changed the exhaust system. All right. He put new brake handles on. He put new rear view mirrors on. Wait, don't complain. Don't complain. You know what I mean? Don't say anything. Oh, here's your bill, foreigner. No, I only wanted my oil change. I didn't ask you to do this. Sorry, sir. It's part of the package plan. Ah, you haven't ranted about the pee, lady. The precious pee. Nah, I don't. I I don't watch like, and I don't get. I don't get who. No, I know some people that do watch the pee, but there's nothing there. I don't get anything from that. Um, I just don't. I don't get it. P matured, baby. Don't know her channel. Um, like I said, there's nothing there. It doesn't entertain me. Let's just put it that way. I'm about learning. I'm about seeing what's out there, exploring, discovering. Um, anyways, what time is it? Hang on a second. I gotta do something real quick. Let me pause this. uh, all right. I'm back. Ah, hello from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I was in Windsor. I think I was in Windsor one time. I've only ever been up into Canada a few times. Lut was in Canada. That's where they show us Peter Pants. Went up to Canada, right? And with Lut. And it's right when she kind of first came over to the States. We went up into Canada. And something just happened in America that made the news. And so I'm going into Canada and stuff. And they asked me, hey, do you own a weapon? Yeah, I own a weapon. All right, pull over. So they pulled me over to the side to go through my car. And they're looking at, you know, my information and everything like that. And I even explained to them, well, yeah, I have a permit to carry. I work in corrections and everything like that. Yada, yada, yada. Well, meanwhile, Lut had to go to the bathroom, right? And like she had to go. And they're like, oh, just wait, just wait. and I could see she was in pain. I still think about it now. I could see she was in pain, right? Finally, I looked at that officer. I said, listen, I said, I'll get in my fucking car right now and I'll leave. She has to go to the bathroom. Are you stopping her from going to the bathroom because you want to look through my car for something you're not going to find? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, she can go to the bath. But yeah, they told her she couldn't go to the bathroom. Canada. I know I have Canadian subscribers, but I'm like, you know what, Canada, you gave us Justin Bieber. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, but I've been to Canada, Niagara Falls twice. I'll never go see Niagara Falls again. I mean, it's one of those things. Been there, seen it, done it. All right, cool, cool. Um, I went out up into, I think it was Windsor, Canada.
Queens.
No, not Queens. Is Windsor on the other side of Detroit? Can somebody tell me that? Is Windsor on the other side of Detroit? Like over the bridge? Bruce Thompson, thank you, sir, for the super sticker. And maple syrup. Canadian maple syrup. Okay, yes, Bruce. I was in Windsor, Canada. All right. Years ago, I worked with a guy who was an artist, literally an artist. He made handcrafted bent willow furniture. Look it up, willow furniture. All right. And I worked with him a little bit. And we would go up. We went up into Detroit to do to gather some stuff up, and we went across the bridge into Windsor, Canada. And I remember we went to a strip joint. All right. We went to a strip joint, and you walked in, and they had this glass like booth set up, and they had water and showers and everything. Now, that's what I remember about Windsor. Yeah, and the band Rush. Oh, now Rush is good. Rush is good. I've seen Rush in concert. Yeah. Canucks are a polite country too. Exports Pamela Anderson and Justin Bieber. Yeah, yeah. Where are we at here? Hi. Dean J, been watching you for years. I'm like you. Every time I try to watch the P, I can't even finish the video. Not my cup of tea. Yeah, it for some people it is. For other people it isn't. I know a lot of people that like they'd listen to every word she says. Like, if P says so, it's true. If P says so, she knows what she's talking about.
She just knows how to make.
She knows how to talk. She knows how to present herself. She knows how to do this. She knows how to use her sex appeal. It's all good. Hey, whatever works for you, right?
She knows how to get the topic that pervert will come.
Yeah, you know, and like I seen a topic one time, and the Lord even seen it. It's like she goes, "That's how you get these perverts to watch your video." Something to do with, do Filipino women shave or are they hairy? All right, massive views, massive views. These guys sit there. I won't start. I won't start. I'm trying to stay away from that. But yeah, like they and there's another one out there doing the same thing. All right, there's another one. There was another one I seen, and it's not the P, where basically do Filipino girls enjoy taking it in the Easter, you know what I mean? And that got huge views. All right. They know what they're doing. Let me do a video like that. You know what I mean? I guarantee I won't get views. But they know what they're doing. They're good looking. They flaunt their sexiness. They're good talkers. It is what it is. They know how to draw in like people.
The other woman is not good looking. She just find a topic.
Yeah, she's not good. Well, it depends on people's version of good looking.
Right, yeah.
Pandering to YouTube simps is the PH version of OnlyFans. There are several YouTubers out there that follow the peace formula. Oh, exactly, Scott. There are. And she created that formula. All right. She created that formula. Um, Here, I'm going to tell you somebody who created a formula too. Paul Dead Dog New Trick. Oh, sorry. Paul O Dog New Tricks. The interview formula. He sat down and interviewed. The man's smart. He made cash off of people's story. All you had to do is sit and let him interview you. You know what I mean? Once in a while, get your I don't know, is it his wife or girlfriend to dance around in a sexy outfit? Bring some of her friends over, dance around in a sexy outfit, get views that way. But he created that formula. All right. And then others followed that formula. But those people that do that formula, that I just don't get it. Like, how many times are you going to tell people, like, oh, how to find the most beautiful Filipino, how to date in the Philippines, how to do this, how to do, like, it's just so much regurgitation of stuff. What's the best site to find a Filipina? Like, it's all regurgitating. They're all regurgitating the same thing over and over. Unlike Mike, our Philippines journey, he goes out and he finds a topic and he researches it. He makes it interesting. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them, they'll look and say, oh, wait, he just put out a video with a topic that did real good. Then they'll just turn around and the next guy will regurgitate what the other guy just said. Like, I find those channels just, to me, not interesting. You know, yes, you're a nice person. Yes, you're pleasant. Yes, you can make me laugh. But what your topic and what you're telling, it just doesn't interest me. But other people, it interests them. That's why you got a remote control. That's why you got this. You got a mouse. If you don't like Philly in the Philippines, you don't have to watch. Just click off. Find something that interests you. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you right now, everybody should check out this channel because this channel is amazing. They do great work. It's called Lutz Diary Adventures in the Philippines.
Huwag ka ngang ano.
Yeah. There were no well-spoken pretty Pinays taking security stuff on YouTube 5 years ago. Yes, you are right, Bruce.
I know my limit.
Yes, James and Karen, another one. They're new. They're like, their way of living and what they're doing and their lifestyle and everything like that is different. It almost seems like things go in YouTube in the Philippines goes in phases. You know what I mean? Like, I remember the phase where YouTube channels were building houses and like they seem to do very well. You know, everybody is watching people build houses, getting ideas. You know what I mean? But yeah, there was no well-spoken pretty Pinays. You're correct. They're well-spoken English. All right. There are many Filipino and Filipina YouTube channels out there. However, it's Tagalog. It's Visayas. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them out there. They get more views than a lot of other channels. She was the first one to come along with great English, halfway decent. Wait, hang on. The most beautiful P in the world. But she also has somebody behind the scenes. Everybody knows that. That's feeding her topics, doing the behind the scene guy. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. She was. Have your own Filipina dance party. Scott Smiley. I did meet my LDR through one of P's long blogs. It has been great taking from them what applies to you and dump the rest. Yeah, Scott, you're right. Like whatever applies to you, whatever topic you like, you're going to listen to that. You're going to watch it. Like I might put out a video topic that nobody likes or only a handful of people. Like I learned when I would go scuba diving, not a lot of people liked that topic, but some did. You know, you scroll through YouTube and everything like you'd find a topic. Wow, that sounds interesting. Let me check it out. You know what I mean? But yeah, people that that are looking for certain things, they're gonna, that's just like me. I get a new camera. I just got my Action 5 camera. All right, now how do I work it? I'm going to go research it because this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a girlfriend, an LDR in the Philippines. Let me go research it. Let me go see what, topics are out there. That's what's so great about YouTube. You can find whatever you want. You can hate on whoever you want. You can troll on whoever you want. FYI, the P is closing on 500,000 subs, and she has not been on that long compared to many that haven't broke 100K yet. Yeah. And see, her thing is, there are people that have over 100,000 views or 100,000 subscribers, yet they don't have views. 1,000, maybe 2,000 views. All right. You know for a fact, well, you don't know for a fact, but the signs are all there. The red flags are all up. They bought those subscribers. P has huge views to match her subscription base. Not even counting the people that just here, boom, here's $20. Boom, here's $50. Boom, here's it. She's bringing in bank. She's making good money. Bruce says, Bruce Thompson, P has a boyfriend simp, maybe. Simp. See, Bruce. See now, Bruce. I know Bruce. He studies the P. Like he studies P and he watches P. The P has Lucy helping to film the video. She built a house as well as paying her a salary. Yeah. Hey, when you're huge like that, I'll pay somebody to follow me around. You think Casey Neistat does all his stuff? He probably doesn't. I'll pay somebody to follow me around with a camera, video me from different angles, take all that, take it in the editing room. The only thing I'm going to have to do is maybe what I should do, Bruce, is I should start like putting on like, maybe I should start putting on Speedos. Maybe at the end of my videos, grab a Speedo, kick back on the bed, all right? Hey, everybody,
That one there, you're so desperate.
Mike says, we can't even break 10,000 subs. Correct, Mike. And that's fine. Mike, my thing is, listen, if I had to do it all over again, give me 50,000 subscribers. All right. Give me 50,000. All right. But give me 20,000 views. Subscriber count don't mean shit. It looks nice on paper. All right. But look, I watch your channel and stuff, and you're getting good views on some of your videos you're putting out. Our Philippine journey, go check him out. He's getting good views on the videos you're putting out. All right. That's what you want. You want the views. Well, wow. I like yours because you're on a show, your life issues, and how you go about resolving them. I appreciate you sharing your story. I learn a lot. Thank you, Scott. Yeah. Some people, they won't put their life out there. They just won't, and that's their choice. They don't want to put their life out there. That's fine. That's fine. Um, Bruce, the Filipina P Simpulator show topic. Simpinator. The Simpinator. I like that word, Simpinator.
Oh, it's okay to her, you know.
You could become a Filipina P. Yeah, I think I should change my channel to Filipina P.
Well, it's okay to her the topic dirty, you know.
Yeah.
You know why? She don't have things to protect.
Right.
Kids to protect.
Right. Right. And we'll see. We'll see. It's crazy. It's crazy. People might be saying, oh, Billy's talking about the P. Billy's talking about the P. Oh, good for her. Good for her. If you're going to do it at Speedo, give us fair warning. Heck no. No way. I am going to just, I'm just going to hit you with it. It's going to be it's going to be like a bam.
Gosh, you do that, Pouncy. I'm the one who first run. Just don't let me know the word of shit.
Yeah.
So ugly.
What time is it? 9:47. I got to go eat something. I'm hungry. Didn't eat anything. Did you eat yet, Lynn?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. She went down to the calendaria. It's Sunday. It is Sunday on Siargao Island.
Sunday on Yamashita Island.
Yeah, I'm calling this Peace Simp Friends might attack your channel if you yeah. Oh yeah, they will. They would definitely attack, F you, Philly, you're this. Okay, all right, whatever. I am going to rename Siargao Island. I told this to Lut. I said, you know what? Because everything here is overpriced. All right, overpriced. From the airfare coming in to the van from the airport to General Luna, to your hotel, to your food, to this, to that. I am going to rename this island Yamashita's Island. It's the only way you can justify things being so expensive. The island is sitting on gold.
The island is sitting on gold. I didn't found it yet, but I'm working.
Yeah, we're working on it. Clyde Seaside. You will have to shade your family's eyes from the Speedos. Nini wants to be your camera person. Yeah.
Don't lie. Maybe Nini will never stop laughing.
They'll laugh. They'll laugh the whole time. Tiffany's Island. Yeah, or Tiffany's Island. P or P. P or P. Alan retired in the Philippines. I'm going to call you out, Alan. And I want to put you out there. All right. P or P. Now they can get mad at Alan. The P simps. P simps.
Followers.
I'm just having fun, guys. I'm just laugh. If you can't laugh, Jesus.
You're dead. You come laugh, you're dead.
Peas shower short went viral. Yeah, don't know. I guess. I don't know. If she was in the shower soaping herself up, hey, I don't know. I don't watch her. I really don't. It'll pop up, something will pop up like a topic, and I'll look and I'll say, oh, okay, that's it. Oh, wait, hang on, that's from I just don't watch it. All right, guys. A good point. Viking vlog in Asia. If you start vlogging in a Speedo, you'll start a passport queens movement. Yeah. I'm telling you, they'll want to come over here. They'll want to come over here. What? Bruce, are you a stalker of Filipina P that you know all this? What about her walking around the mall in a towel? Towel. I am sure that also went. Does Vanjie know you're watching all this, Bruce? All right. Are you stalking the P? Yeah. All right, guys. I want to wrap this one up. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Thanks for sitting in there. If you sat through the whole live stream, thank you. I know Bruce has. Bruce is a longtime subscriber, and a lot of other people in here, longtime subscribers. So, all right, guys, stay tuned. I got to do a video. And Bruce is cheating on Vanjie again. Um, I got to do a video. I said we hired a lawyer, and I'll explain all that in an upcoming video. We got some plans coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned. But yeah, just hanging out here on Yamashita's Island, Tiffany's Island. Yeah, Tiffany's and Yamashita Island. We're just hanging out here. So you guys have a good day. Enjoy your day. Thanks for stopping in. Got to go get something to eat. And like Mr. Boss says, peace.